Canik TTI Combat shooting impressions. In this video, you will see absolute first shots through this gun for myself and for Tia. We'll do full magazine +1 to see how it runs fully stuffed. Our trademark what's for dinner test to see what it eats, including some stuff you may not have thought should go in this gun. Then we'll take it to the spinner for sights and trigger control, do some practical accuracy, and give you concluding thoughts. Coming up next on GBGuns. Canik TTI Combat range review, and I'm not alone today. Behind the camera we have
me.
Miss Tia is back. So we're excited about that, and she made an executive decision on the Canik M03. Since it's included in the box, we mounted it and zeroed it. We each put 3 shots through the thing. Maybe we'll show you that target later, but
why later?
It's kind of maybe foretelling of how we're going to do. Our zero is maybe slightly to the right. You're looking at 6 shots, 3 from Tia, 3 from me. Maybe slightly right of a zero, but I'm going to take it rather than chase the zero on these things.
I had to do that. I hadn't made everybody dizzy with the camera in a while.
We have the target camera set up. We are 22-ish yards away from a C-zone piece of steel. And now for our official first shots, not really counting the zero, 10 rounds of Fiocchi 9AP, which is a very soft load. Those of you that have read the ammo test series, how's it going to work with a comped gun that's got a dot on it? We'll find out. I'm going to try to not shoot the target camera right in front of me, and I have to get used to a dot. Thanks to you.
Yep. I'm here for you.
So I am getting a little bit of reflection. As you guys might be able to tell, we did turn down exposure. We've got some relatively intense sunlight for Oregon.
And it's whopping 65 degrees.
Yeah, I wish I had shorts on because it's a little warm, but...
At 65 degrees, yeah, we're a little warm.
But getting a little bit of refraction in the dot. It might be the sun angle. We'll be shooting at different angles throughout the test. The gun so far, though, as you guys saw, that group is pretty darn good for not having shot this gun other than 3 shots to check the dot. Very flat shooting, very comfortable. The increased traction that I pointed out on the tabletop is really sticky. It really holds on to you. But it's time for Tia's opinions.
All right, I'm pretty excited about this. 10 shots. Let me make sure that camera's where it's supposed to be. Just to get a feel for the gun. Sighting it in doesn't count. I like the way it sounds when it closes. Okay. So the dot's not working for me because, as Graham said, it's pretty broken up right now.
Going way high right.
And I can't co-witness the sights, so that's frustrating.
And we did use the included mounting plate. This has an interesting mounting setup with some recoil lugs in it.
It's almost like the whole dot has moved. There we go. No. I cannot see the dot. For real, like it's where I think it should be, it's not. And then when I try to confirm, there's my target and the dot's way down here on the left.
Maybe we'll stop camera and make sure it hasn't somehow come loose in just 10 rounds. It had Loctite on it and I torqued it down.
Yeah, it really looks loose.
All right, we'll take a look.
So what we discovered is, because this glass is so big, it's kind of doubling the dot that we were seeing, and the one that I was, when I would point out, see, was not the dot at all. So, and yes, I'm target focusing on my target. It's just there's more sun than we're used to, and a really big window pointed right towards it. So I've got 10 rounds. Again, we're going to do it again and just get a first feel.
And those of you that have been with the channel a while know that up here in the Northwest, we get sun at weird angles. We're out here at like 2 in the afternoon on a late March day, so we have angles.
And now that I found it, like, let's just run it. I could do that all day. I'm a huge Canik fan, so it's no surprise that I'm gonna thoroughly enjoy this review.
You don't usually shoot that quickly.
So I've come to enjoy it a little bit when I'm enjoying what I'm shooting. If I'm not, and you know, there are things that I'm maybe analyzing in my head a little bit more, the trigger feel, you know, what's causing me discomfort here, there, I'll slow down a little bit, but when it runs easy and it feels good, just do it. Graham got such a kick out of the fact that I was shooting fast. He's asked me to do full mag +1, so if we're going slow, I don't want to hear no griping.
And the Terran Tactical extension is the one that we are testing the full mag on.
Yes.
I was able to get 19 rounds in there, so we've got 20 rounds on tap.
See, and that's why he should do this. He does all the talking stuff. That was fun. I could have gone faster.
It went pretty easy. And most importantly, with Fiocchi 115 grain, which is soft ammo, and that extension, the gun still ran.
Yeah.
It's that time again. What's for dinner time? Thanks to Ammo Squared supporters, patrons, and some shopping, of course. We've got a variety of rounds. As I go past these, you'll notice they all have different overall lengths, different ogive locations, different nose shapes, different case material. This can all play a role in reliability depending on the firearm. We want to see, will it feed from slide lock? Will it chamber another round of the same type? And will it lock open on empty? Today we're going from 65 grain up to 158 grain. If you're curious about trying any of this stuff yourself, check the pinned comment over at GBGunsDepot.com. I will link to it where I can find it. What's for dinner? We are, as always, 7 yards back from some 2-inch circles, which make for a fairly fine aiming point. And I know what some of you are thinking. But Graham, and first off, don't call me Buck Graham. Why are there hollow points in this mix if this is a competition gun? It could be a competition gun. However, the brand is Terran Tactical, and it's called the TTI Combat. And some people might want to carry this. So we're mixing up the ammo. We have a mix of stuff that's competition worthy and stuff that's defense worthy. Starting off with Silly Light 65 grain. This is frangible ammo from Norma. Circle 1. And did not print like the stuff that we zeroed. But it's cycled. I'm really curious with this ported barrel and the extra weight on the end from the port cover kind of thing, if any of these loads are going to choke. Circle 2, stepping it up to a whopping 70 grains, is the Federal brand of frangible lead-free stuff. And that was the same point of aim that I used for the 65 grain. Interesting to hit a little higher. Now, a classic choker of complicated guns, Hornady Critical Defense Light 100 grain little tiny bullet. Is it going to have enough to cycle this slide with comp? Circle 3.
Those are snippy.
They are.
Quite the quip.
But it, viewers already know more than I do, but it felt like the slide was just kind of barely, it had this gentle reciprocation to it. Kind of interesting. And if you're wondering about mags, how we've got so many already loaded, brought some mags from other TP9 series of guns. Not all of them fit, but the Mete ones seem to fit. Spear Gold Dot 115 grain, nickel plated case, circle 4. Oh, that's a little more lively. And smells of cinnamon?
No.
No?
No, that is straight grease.
Yes. Yeah. Another snappy one, a Winchester Defender 115 grain. Circle 5. Kind of dirty motor oil scent. Shot fine. I could feel more recoil. Was not feeling as much nose flip. You guys, viewers, have seen the footage. I haven't, but it seems like, and it makes sense, that comp works better with the gassier stuff. Now it's Tia's turn.
Circle number 5.
6 is PMC SFX 124 grain hollow points. This is the rebirth of the Starfire stuff. Used to be spicy. Let's see how Tia likes it.
I could tell it wants to be spicy.
The gun's not letting it.
Yeah.
Now some ZQI 124 grain. This is nickel-plated steel case with a brass jacket. Interesting blend.
Circle 7.
Nice.
Those felt really good.
Now we've got the Federal Syntec PCC load, 130 grain.
Do they match?
Lipstick red. Chose this stuff because it's meant for long barrels. It's meant to help with PCCs, so it's a little gassier. Theoretically, we could see more port effect.
Okay, circle 8. Make sure I've got the right dot.
How'd that feel? Was it any different?
I'm not a fan. Not a fan of how that stuff feels typically, and it just made it feel not fun.
I mean, it's not meant for this gun. I was
Right.
just curious.
Yeah. I can't describe exactly what it felt like, but it wasn't fun.
Okay. Well, here's some Federal Syntec 138 grain. This is the fragmenting hollow point that breaks apart into 3 spears plus a core, I believe.
Snappy.
Yeah.
Those felt nicer. Those felt more authoritative, doing what they're supposed to do.
Well, this last load is the PPU 158 grain subsonic. This is traditionally very soft. Curious to see how you run this gun.
Sounds like a cap gun.
Yeah, subsonic and
But everything locked open.
yeah.
All the mags worked.
So there you have it. We have a ported gun that is reasonably affordable, that is not ammo picky so far. Next up is the spinner, Tia's favorite.
Yay!
That is our 6-inch Titan Great Outdoors spinner target. We are back here about 13 yards away. Tia's got 10 rounds of Fiocchi 9AP. Soft ammo, but longer barrel. Hopefully that equals enough energy on the spinner. Use this for sights and trigger control because it's a small target. It starts moving as you hit it. Tia, you can shoot.
And when it swings, it makes me really uncomfortable and nervous.
Time your shots. Nice hit. Low.
Nope.
This could be .0.
It's the swing. It just doesn't work for me. The back and forth is it. Maybe this is what I need.
How did you feel though about ability of timing the shots?
Timing is perfect. I mean, I've got a great Canik trigger. I mean, there's nothing I would prefer to time a shot with than that. The dot I actually didn't have problem with. I didn't have to chase it. Being able to train myself to be target focused has helped immensely in that when using a dot. I did notice that mentally I was adjusting. I was compensating for the flip of the gun to try and see my the swing on the target better. And when I stopped doing that is when I hit it the last 2 times. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough. I just didn't have enough ammo.
All right, and I've got 8 rounds of the same Fiocchi.
Because he doesn't need as much. He's going to do it in like 3.
She said that so that I won't. See, it took 4.
What was it that did it though? Was it the trigger? Was it the sights? Was it because you have a ton of practice at doing this?
So I may have just filmed 2 gun reviews last night. Give me practice with this. And those were a 10 mil and a 45. So this trigger, very predictable, very easy to time. With the compensation, I'm feeling less muzzle rise, and even though I'm not a dot shooter and we are getting a little bit of fragmentation from that crazy sun angle, it's brighter than the steel, and so it's easy to stay on. So that was...
So your first 2 shots, so I noticed, were really, really fast. Was that intentional?
Well, after I had a hit, I wanted to keep the momentum, so then I had to race it. Plus, you had set me up. So I had to do
That's
it.
right, that's right. When I go first, yeah, okay.
No, you set me up with your verbiage. All right, practical accuracy is next. Another place that can sometimes be hostily competitive.
What ammo are we using? It's the Browning.
Browning 115 grain. This is the new stuff we just got from Ammo Squared.
5 shots, 7 yards for accuracy. I am going to shoot at the right circle square. Oh.
It's not going to be cocked, I bet.
No. Wrong dot. I tell you what, squaring that square up with iron sights is a lot easier than with a dot.
Interesting. I guess that makes sense because the front sight is square.
Yeah, when it's covered, you shoot, and then you find out where you were hitting later. This one is kind of intimidating.
Button. 5 shots from 7 yards using that Browning 115 grain. Left circle square. Find my dot. Oh, I see what Tia was talking about. That third trigger break was a little bit of a surprise. That's why I slowed down for the 4th. Happy with that.
You know, you shoot more than I do.
It's true, and more frequently.
So overall thoughts for me on the Canik TTI Combat. I mean, it's a Canik and there's not much to not love about those, in my opinion. Some of the things I do appreciate is the grip texture is nice. The overall feel of the polymer didn't excite me, but it does its job, and that's perfect. I do like the serration cuts on the slide release. I just like a little bit more grip there, so I know definitively what I'm doing. I appreciate that they make these things reversible and that it sticks out far enough that you've got some kind of a memory point. Didn't get to try the irons, and that's fine because this gun was made for competition, so it made sense to have the dot on it. If I were to use it, I might put something different on it that works better for me because green works better for me. Overall, I mean, I've never not liked shooting a Canik, and this one is absolutely no different.
A thought on the polymer is the Métés we really liked, and those were Too Much Milk in the Coffee FTE. This is black. When polymer color is changed, the chemical makeup of the polymer changes.
Okay.
So maybe it's just that felt, because I was thinking about it as you were talking, and the FTE ones are a little smoother, creamier, if you will.
Yeah.
and this feels kind of dry.
So, as far as, is this truly comped?
It is. The barrel is comped. You don't need the thing on the end. The thing on the end is just
Is it
divvying
comped
up.
or ported? Please explain to me the difference.
A porting is a cut in the barrel,
Okay.
which this has.
Yes.
A comp is generally an attachment, which compensates, which this has, but it's using the gas from the port. So, and I was exploring with this in the tabletop, it's more of a ported gun with a muzzle weight.
I think what I am realizing after shooting it and considering this, because I wanted to talk about this, but I wasn't sure, and that explains it to me. But it doesn't feel like a regular comped gun to me. Whereas you get a lot of extra gases, or you get a lot of extra, smoke out the front or anything. I'm not getting that. I just get a good, solid running Canik that doesn't flip as much in the nose. But I mean, I would want to compare it to one of the older ones and see, because it's been a while, but overall I prefer this over a regular comp, I think.
And that attachment on the end is kind of serving as a diffuser.
Okay.
There's one cut in the barrel, and then the attachment divvies it up left and right to keep it from coming straight up and into your face. So that's probably why we're feeling less percussion.
Okay, makes sense. Anyway, I like it. You'll like it. Try it.
Concluding thoughts on the TTI Combat, because that's the gun we're shooting today. I love this texture. I agree with Tia. It really locks onto your hand, holds the gun in place. We have less slide mass moving as I pointed out on the tabletop. This is the same slide length as the SF. So that feels smoother, plus the comp or port, we're not sure what it technically is on it. I do, and I got to feed off of Tia's comment here, the plastic does feel drier. And I'm wondering if part of that is that the texture is grippier and sharper, so you're getting more, I don't know. But the polymer feels different, that's for sure, but the gun ran fine. And if you want it running for competition, we've shown it can run a variety of ammo. If you want to run it for defense, we've shown it can run a variety of that ammo as well. This Canik M03 dot as a non-dot shooter, whoop, there's the right dot, has been okay for us. Now I say okay, we have a couple environmental factors that you might not have at home, or you may have. One is there's a whole lot of pollen in the air. The dust collecting on things right now is insane from all the pollen. All these pine trees are just dumping. And the other is this extreme angle sun that we get way up here in the northwest is hitting the lens. And there we go. If I aim that way, and if the sun's up there, so the sun is not touching the lens at all, now I've got a clear picture. And as soon as I come over, I start to see artifacts, which I believe is that pollen in the air.
It's the bottom left dot, that's what we'll call it.
So our environment might be more befitting of irons for something like this, but the M03 worked great. That 6 MOA dot is certainly easy to find and hold, and you feel steadier. You don't get as much vibration like you do with a small dot, which helps with confidence. But wow,
yeah, overcoming the starburst that is in it, if we did not have that factor, it's an excellent dot if you're target focused.
Yeah, and nice big window to be able to see all over the place. So good combo, fun combo, and a chance to have a Terran tactical model of something for under $1,000 roughly. Pretty cool. Thanks for watching.